Hello everyone. We are going to do some more work on trigonometry for class 11th. Trigonometry for class 11th. We were already working on larger angles. We were working on larger angles. My objective of producing videos today would be to finish with first this larger angle. I have to do very few little more questions. And then today I will discuss the graphing of sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta. That also I will take the help of an app through which it is very wonderfully explained that how do we get sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta, in which we are going to work on. So the first question is, if theta is between 0 and 360 degree, he says, and cos theta is 4 upon 5, cos theta is 4 upon 5, he says find the following values. First of all, when he has given cos theta as 4 upon 5, so I shall be able to calculate, because cos theta is given. Let's make a right angle triangle. Let's make a right angle triangle. This is right angle triangle, suppose ABC, in which this angle is theta. So cos theta is base upon hypotenuse. Base is adjacent, hypotenuse does not change, it remains hypotenuse. So adjacent upon hypotenuse. So this side will come out 3, that you know. It is, these are Pythagorean triplets. 5 square minus 4 square will be 25 minus 16. 25 minus 16 is 9. Square root of 9 is plus 3. I told you the square root will be always plus. It is never taken in minus. It will be always modulus. It will be always modulus. So square root is always plus. That is why we have done this. Now he wants you to find the value of number 1, cos 90 plus theta. Cos 90 plus theta. Cos 90 plus theta means this value of this angle for cos will fall in the second quadrant. Cos changes to sine. Cos changes to sine. But remember, in second quadrant only sine and cosec are negative, while as cos is only positive, while cos is negative. So cos theta will change into negative, whatever the value comes out to be, minus sine theta. And it will be how much? Minus perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that is minus 3 upon 5. This is minus 3 upon 5. Then he wants you to find the value of cosec 180 plus theta. Cosec 180 plus theta. Now cosec 180 plus theta means it will go into third quadrant. 180 plus theta will go into third quadrant, and in the third quadrant tan and cot are positive, the rest are negative. That means cosec will change to cosec only because it is 180. The transformation is taking along x-axis, so there will be no change of the trigonometric ratios. Cosec will remain cosec. It will remain cosec theta, but it will change to minus. Why? Because in the third quadrant only tan and cot are positive, which we will be discussing again when I'll be plotting the graphs of sine, cos and tan for you today. I'll show it to you why in the first quadrant all are positive, why in the second quadrant only sine and cosec are positive, why in the third quadrant only tan and cot are positive, and why in the fourth quadrant cos and sec are positive. C part. C part is tan 360 minus theta. Tan 360 minus theta. Now 360 minus theta means it will fall in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant we said only cos and sec are positive. So tan 360 minus theta will be minus tan theta. and minus tan theta means, oh sorry, I didn't calculate here. Cosec is reverse of sine, and sine was minus 3 upon 5, so it will be minus 5 upon 3. And tan is perpendicular upon base, so 3 upon 4, minus 3 upon 4. And then D part was, he wants to find the value of sine 270 minus theta. Sine 270 minus theta. The purpose of this question seems to be he has used 90 plus theta, 180 plus theta, 360 minus theta, 270 minus theta. That means he has involved all the values. Whenever the odd multiples of pi by 2 are there, the sign will change into cos. So this is sine 270 minus theta. This will come into the third third quadrant. And sine obviously will change to cos, and sine is minus in the third quadrant. Sine is minus in the third quadrant, so minus cos theta, and cos theta was already given 4 upon 5, so it is minus 4 upon 5. Minus 4 upon 5. So basic idea was how to convert cos 90 plus theta, give you an idea of the quadrant. Give you an idea of the quadrant. Next he says, second question, he gives you the value of tan theta. If tan theta is equal to 0.4, he says find the value of uh, theta and sine theta in between 0 and 360 degrees. 0 and 360 degree. Now tan theta is 0.4. So we have to write first of all what is the value of theta. As I told you that in ICSE you are allowed to use calculator, and from calculator you can calculate the value of theta. But I'm not using calculator because I don't have one. I'm using only the method which we used to use in 10th, that directly look into the table. I looked into the table of tan theta natural tangent, and I found 0.4, which is 21 degree 48 minute. Theta is coming out to be 21 degree 48 minute. Now he wants to find the value of sine theta. He wants to find the value of sine theta. He wants to find the value of sine theta from 0 to 360 degree. That means he wants to get all the possible value of sine theta. Sine theta in the first and second quadrant will be same. Sine are positive, and the remaining two quadrant it will be negative. In the third and fourth quadrant it will be negative. So basically what is it? If I calculate the value of sine 21 48 minute, sine 21 degree 48 minute, I will get the value as 0.3714, which I have already calculated. And when I'll take the negative values, the values will remain the same, except minus will be added to it. This is in first and second quadrant. First and second quad, because in the first and second quad the sign is positive, and it is going to be minus 0.3714 in the third and the fourth quad. Third and fourth quad, because he was wanting the value from 0 to 360. So that means we had to cover all the four quadrants. We had to cover all the four quadrants. So that is why we took the values like that. Now let us take the next question. What is the next question? He says if the angles of a triangle are A, B and C, sorry, if angles of a triangle are A, B and C. If the angles of a triangle are A, B and C, he says prove cos C will be equal to minus cos A plus B, minus cos A plus B. Now because he's saying ABC are the angles of a triangle ABC, angle A, B and C are the angles of triangle ABC, that means they will follow the property of the triangle. So A plus B plus C will be 180 degree. The sum of the three angles of a triangle is equal to two right angle. I can write it in degrees as 180 degree. In radians I can write as pi radian. Now he wants you to calculate cos C. So C will be equal to 180 minus A plus B. Now let's take cos. So cos C will be equal to cos 180 minus A plus B. Now cos 180 minus A plus B will come into second quadrant because we are subtracting from 180, and we are subtracting from 180, we have to come into the second quadrant. In second quadrant cos is negative. Only sine and cosec are positive. So it will become minus cos A plus B. Cos C will become minus cos A plus B, which was required to be proved. This was the only thing which we had to prove. We had to prove cos C is equal to minus cos A plus B. We used the property A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree. Once we got that, we said C will be equal to 180 minus A plus B, and then he wanted in terms of cos, so we took cos of both the side. So cos C was equal to cos 180 minus A plus B, or cos C came out to be minus cos A plus B. Now let's see next question, fourth one. He says prove 10 the same thing. ABC are given the angles of a triangle, then prove that. He says 10b plus c by 2, 10b plus c upon 2 is equal to cot a upon 2. He has given you a, b and c. That condition follows, the condition that angles of a triangle are a, b and c. So that condition continues here. So what am I going to do? I know when A plus B plus C is equal to what? 180 degree. A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree. So what is going to happen? A upon 2 plus B upon 2 plus C upon 2 will be equal to 90. 180 upon 2, because I am seeing clearly on both sides divided by 2, so I have divided the whole equation by 2. Now he wants b by 2, b plus c by 2. So b plus c upon 2 will be 90 minus a upon 2. It will be 90 minus a upon 2. Let us take 10. 10 b plus c upon 2 is equal to 10 90 minus a upon 2. 90 minus a upon 2. 90 minus theta is cot theta. So cot a upon 2. And in the first quadrant, all ratios are positive. We have told you that. So 10 plus b plus c upon 2 will be equal to cot a upon 2. We are able to prove that. Now let's see the next question. He says prove 10b plus c plus 10c plus a plus 10a plus b upon, it says divided by 10 pi minus a, 10 pi minus a plus 10 2 pi minus b, 2 pi minus b plus 10 3 pi minus b equal to 1. We have to prove this left hand side equal to right hand side, and the left hand side is a very huge statement, and we have to prove it equal to 1. Now again we know that the property is a plus b plus c is 180 degree. A plus b plus c is 180 degree. So when I write b plus c, it will become what? 10 180 minus a plus 10 180 minus b plus 10 180 minus c. In the numerator, b plus c will become 180 minus a because b plus c is there. Then c plus a will become 180 minus b, and a will become 180 minus, a plus b will become 180 minus c. And in the denominator, I have 10 pi minus a, which is the same as 180 minus a, plus 10 2 pi minus b, plus 10 3 pi minus b. Now let us see what happens. 10 180 minus theta means it is going to come into the second quadrant, because you are subtracting something from 180, and because the transformation are taking place along the x-axis, 10 will remain 10. 10 will remain 10, but in the second coordinate 10 is negative because only sine and cosec are positive. So it will become minus 10a. Similarly, this will become minus 10b, and it will become minus 10c. Minus 10a, minus 10b, minus 10c with the same logic. Because whether it is 180 minus b, it is going to come in the second quadrant. 180 minus c will also come in the second quadrant. And in the second quadrant, only sine and cosec are positive. The rest are negative. Upon 10 pi minus a, of course, minus 10a. 2 pi minus b. 2 pi will come on the right hand side. 2 pi will come on the axis on the right hand side, even multiple of pi, and if I subtract, then it will come into the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, only cos and sec are positive, the rest are negative, so it will be minus 10b, and similarly it will be 3 pi minus b means again 3 pi is going to come on to the left side, odd multiples of pi. Odd multiples of pi means it will go into the second quadrant. In second quadrant again 10 is negative. So minus 10c. So if you take minus common, it just increase of work, otherwise it can cut directly. 10b plus 10c upon minus 10a plus 10b plus 10c. This is just these are practice sums for you. If you do more sums on that, as I said, they will cancel. Both minus will cancel, and of course the same numerator and same denominator, so 1 will be the answer. These are just few of the practice sum which I have done with you. There are infinite number of sums based on the same principle, and the more sums you will do, the more formulas you will remember. The best way to remember the formula is apply it to the question. When you apply it to the question, every time why I am saying in second quadrant, in the third quadrant, in the first quadrant, in the fourth quadrant, in first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios are positive. In the second quadrant, we always keep saying sine and cosec are positive, the rest are negative. In the third, what happens is tan and cot are positive, the rest are negative. And in the fourth quadrant, cos and sec are positive, the rest are negative. As many times as you will repeat, keep saying it, you will keep remembering it. The best way is to talk. The best way is to talk about it, and you will get. Now let's do the last question for this. In the last question I have ABCD are the angles of a quadrilateral. He says A, B, C and D are the angles of a quadrilateral, are the angles of a quadrilateral, a four-sided polygon, quadrilateral. ABCD are these angles of a quadrilateral. We have to prove cos half A plus B, cos half A plus B plus cos half C plus D by will be equal to 0. We have to prove this. Again, we know the property of a quadrilateral. We know, what do we know? Like in a triangle, we know A plus B plus C is 180 degree. In quadrilateral, we know that sum of the angles of a quadrilateral, interior angles of a quadrilateral is how much? 360 degree. 360 degree, 2 pi. Because there are two triangles. If I join one of the diagonals, quadrilateral will be divided into two triangles, and each triangle, the sum of interior angles of each triangle is what? 180 degree. So 180 plus 180, 360 degrees. This is also a way to remember if you want to remember. Now I want half first of all. So A by 2 plus B by 2 plus C by 2 plus D by 2 will be equal to 180 degree. I have divided everything by 2. Now I want A plus B, half A plus B. So I will take half A plus B on one side, and remaining I will shift on this side. It will become half C plus D. I've taken 1 by 2 common, so A plus B here. I've shifted C by 2 plus D by 2 that side, and I've taken half common and half C plus D. And then I will apply cos half. I've taken cos of both the sides, left hand side as well as right hand side. Cos half A plus B is equal to cos 180 minus half C plus D. This remains as it is, cos half A plus B. In this 180 minus any angle will fall into second quadrant. And in the second quadrant only sine and cosec are positive, the rest are negative. So it will come out to be minus cos half C plus D. And I'll shift minus cos half C plus D to left hand side. So what will I get? I'll get cos half A plus B plus cos half C plus D is equal to 0. This is what we had to prove actually, I think. If you look into that, we had to prove this. We had to prove this. We had to prove this. Cos half A plus B plus cos half C plus D should be equal to 0. Now this will finish the work from my side on the larger angles. On the large angles.